possibly. So we have one example where someone obeys his parents, one example where a son goes against the will of his parents, and then he insists, and then they give in. So, well, they, let's say, reluctantly agreed with what he asked. But it was not originally their choice. Let's go to Ruth. Ruth 2, chapter 2, verse 11. Ruth 2:11. I will quickly read. And Boaz answered and said to her, to Ruth, "It has been fully revealed to me all that you have done with your mother-in-law after the death." When you take out that after the death of your husband, and you left your father and your mother and the land of your birth and came to a people which you had not known before. So this is an example of someone leaving her father and her mother and staying with her mother-in-law. I would say this was for religious reasons, because she believed in Yahweh. So she distanced herself, she separated herself from her father and her mother to stay with Yahweh, to stay faithful to Yahweh. Because otherwise she would have been all alone. She would be all alone in her home country, let's say, all alone to worship Yahweh. And she probably realized that she could not do it on her own. So she stayed with her mother-in-law, who was also Yahweh. But this is already an example. Was she dishonoring her parents? Well, she was choosing Yahweh. She was honoring Yahweh. As we will see later on, we know it already, we should honor Yahweh more than our parents. So what she did was an excellent example. In normal situation, well, if your parents are believers in Yahweh, then of course this would not apply to you. Then it would be rather odd to go with your mother-in-law, for instance, who is a believer in JC and so on.
So it depends upon the situation.
So yes, it depends on the situation.
For the non-believers, they will not follow their mother, so that they can go to in faith with Yahweh, right?
Yeah, the faith in Yahweh should always be more important than any human relationship, than your relationship with your father, with your relationship with your mother, than your relationship with your husband, with your wife, or your children. Yahweh first. Yahweh first, always. So Ruth, of course, we know the rest of the story. She took excellent care of her mother-in-law. So I would say, in a sense, her mother-in-law sort of became her mother, or replaced her parents in a certain way. And she took care of her mother-in-law as if it was her own mother. 1 Samuel 22, verse 3. 1 Samuel 22, verse 3.
And David went from there to Mizpeh of Moab, and said to the king of Moab, "Please let my father and my mother come and be with me, until I know what Elohim should do to me."
This was in a difficult period in David's life. he had to run from King Saul. Apparently, David was concerned for his parents, that maybe King Saul might kill or imprison or whatever, harm his parents, or maybe use his parents as a way of pressuring him to surrender to King Saul. So David was, let's say, taking precautionary measures to protect his parents. He said, well, I feel it's unsafe for them to simply stay on their farm. I will try to relocate them abroad, outside the reach of King Saul, so where King Saul could not harm them. So David took care of his parents, even when he himself was in a difficult situation, on the run for King Saul himself. Still he took care of his parents. That's well, I would say, the character trait of a righteous man. He took care of his parents even when it was difficult. First Kings, another example in Scripture. 1 Kings 22, verses 51 to 53. 1 Kings 22, 51 to 53.
Isaiah, the son of Ahab, began to reign over Israel in Samaria the 17th year of Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, and reigned 2 years over Israel. 22. And he died evil in the eyes, and he did evil in the eyes of Yahweh, and walked in the way of his father, and in the way of his mother, and in the way of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. For he served Baal and bowed to it, and provoked to anger Yahweh, the Elohim of Israel, according to all his father had done.
So Ahaziah honored his parents. Hooray! Right? No?